Hi, I'm JJ. Welcome or welcome back. This is a tag. I'm probably going to not post it on Tag Tuesday because it's kind of like a follow-up tag to one of Mike's original ones. So Mike had a tag about what if you could never acquire another book again. And basically, would your library sustain you? Would you be regretting any of your decisions, type of thing? And so Mike over at Bibliophile Reads created that one. And then this one is called But What If I Could Prep? So yes, you are only going to be able to have the books on your shelves to sustain you, but if you knew you could never acquire another book and you could prep for it, that's the idea behind these prompts. And this was created by Abby at Abby Reads One, and I was tagged by Jenny Jables. So the first one, what book do you not have in your collection that you would snatch up in a heartbeat if you knew that this was your last chance? So I've been trying to collect my favorites, so there's a bunch that I'm still missing, so I would definitely go through my list and get my favorites that I'm missing. One specific one I know that I want to have but don't yet is the Lord of the Rings trilogy, with in addition to The Hobbit. I would actually like a really nice collector's edition of that. And as for some of my favorites and stuff, I do want collector's editions or nice editions of the ones that I'm missing. Which series would you complete? If the series has not been finished, you would get all future installments. So there are 3 incomplete series that I would want to include. Locked Tomb is a 4-part series, and the first 3 books are out, so I would want to finish that one, and that's by Tamsin Muir. The Echo Archives is a trilogy that I have the first 2 waiting for this fall for book 3, and that's by Melissa Caruso. And then one of my favorite reads of the year is Queen of Faces, and I don't know if it's going to be a duology or a trilogy or a series, but that's by Petra Lord, and I know that book 2 is called The King of Masks, but any in that series that I have left would be included in this, and I would want to make sure I have them. Number 3, which author's bibliography would you want in full? If the author is still writing, you would also receive all future books. So, if I were cheating, I would pick Stephen King. I have not read any of his stuff. I know he writes a lot, so to be able to have his entire back catalog plus anything he's gonna write in the future would be kind of interesting. But that's cheating because I would not specifically want to choose that in case I waste my question and prompt on that one and end up not liking his writing and then being stuck with that as my answer. So for classics, I would like to have Elizabeth Gaskell stuff, George Eliot stuff, or John Steinbeck stuff. Preferably George Eliot and Elizabeth Gaskell. I've read more of their stuff and loved it. I know that there's a lot of Steinbeck out there, so that would be kind of cool. But I'm not sure if all his short stories and stuff will hit with me the way that I know that I would miss stuff from George Eliot or Elizabeth Gaskell. And if I'm talking about current people that I would get anything in the future, an author that I've really enjoyed recently is Stephen Graham Jones. So The Buffalo Hunter and The Only Good Indians are 2 of his that I've read and loved, and I would be eager to read any of his in the future, especially since I know he has one coming up that is a sequel or part of the world of The Only Good Indians, and I would not want to miss out on that one. And number 4, you get a blind box with 10 extra books. If it is put together in good faith by a person who believes they are really good examples of their genre, which genre would you pick? Okay, so if I do want it to be stuff I know I'll like, I feel like I can't be just say fantasy. I want to be specific and say fantasy, but by either queer and or authors of color, people of color. I feel like I resonate more with those types of stories, especially since some of my favorite ones involve those aspects. I've really enjoyed the Burning Kingdoms trilogy as well as the Magic of the Lost trilogy, and to get more in that vein of writing style and stuff, I know that I would like them, especially if somebody is putting together books that they know are supposed to be really good. Number 5. This is the last one. You get one book buddy, which you follow. Which fellow booktuber has a collection that you would most like to borrow books from? So I always say Saracen, because he does have a really awesome library. But for this one, I think I'm going to pick Mike at Bibliophile Reads. So then, in addition to that, though, I did create my own second part to that, or another question, I guess. So if you had to trust one booktuber to compile a single best books box for you, which booktuber would you choose? Now, best book for you would be their favorite books, or them knowing your taste, them choosing books that they think that you will enjoy. So kind of like a combination of that, choosing some books that they love, that knowing your taste should be hits with you as well. And so I would pick Patrick at Patrick's book reviews, because we have similar tastes when it comes to classics, and he is very well read, and I know that he reads a bunch of different genres. So I think I would be able to be safe with him picking my reading if I were to get like, you know, the 5 best books or something in a package from him. But I also think with Mike's eclectic reading, very similar to mine, he would work with that too. So I kind of made a caveat. If I kept Saracen's library, then I would pick Mike or Patrick for the other. So I'm cheating, but I don't care. If you haven't already done this tag, I would like to hear from you. If you have already done this tag, but you want to comment on just that last question and pick a booktuber who you would like to compile the best of box of like 5 or 10 books for you, just give it like a response video, or just respond in the comments. I would like to hear what you have to say. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being awesome. Happy reading and have a fantastic day.